the person
Hello.
that you want involved.
Yep.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hey.
Oh! Didn't.
Oh, I
see you
didn't
there.
see you there.
I'm just stealing everything from TMS, basically. Just find myself repeating like all the things you guys do.
Sure.
Well, we are live on Twitch, as you can probably see.
Oh,
Hopefully everything looks okay.
Woo.
I think so. I think we are running.
Cool. Yeah, basically I'm just going to pop out the chat. I'm not going to watch
Oh yeah, no worries.
the stream for many, many reasons.
That explains why we lost
Distracting.
a viewer.
You're like, wow.
That's the big reason. Yes, I'm moving.
Yeah,
I do that every time. Every single time I see myself on.
So Mike
on a
recently
stream.
built those shelves behind him. I don't know if he told you, for his Funko Pops.
Oh, no.
Oh, for
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now Mike's probably seeing your
kept on
background and
Yeah. Yeah. There's still, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a Captain America shield? Hmm?
Oh,
I
Padawan.
don't.
Or an Infinity Gauntlet? Or there's too much to
I
even.
have the captain mask.
There you go.
Oh, that's good. That's a start. Yeah, you got a Mjolnir. I've got
Nice.
I've got Deadpool's head, which I need to make sure I get out for put upstairs for Halloween for the trick or treaters.
Nice.
Oh, I see the gauntlet in the back. Yep.
Yep.
Quite the collection.
Oh, yeah.
The Ark of the Covenant and the top of the Staff of Ra.
Nice.
Right, which you had on a.
Very cool.
It did embed in your hand the other day, right?
I did, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was like, all right, can I hold this thing hard enough that it actually does create indentations in my hand? And sure enough, it does. Yeah.
I actually, my buddy did some 3D printing. He made Mjolnir as it's like a pen holder. He had
that's cool.
the handle is like a pen, and you got the block, the part of it just sitting there. So he just gave it to me, and I got a paint and everything. But
Brian's familiar with the 3D printing. For sure.
I am, yeah. The Mjolnir behind me is the one right up there.
Yeah.
That's 3D printed, so that's not
Nice.
Yeah, that's
Very cool.
painted, and it has fallen down off that wall, and I had to figure out how I was going to fix it, and then it came to me that I could just drill a hole in the bottom and the top in the because it basically just broke the handle off the rest of the hammer, and I figured out that I'll just drill a hole that's big enough for a PVC pipe and basically put it up one side and down the other side and push everything onto it. And now it's sturdier than it ever was before, because now there's like a thing that goes from the inside of the handle all the way into the hammer, as opposed to the 3D printed just glued on handle. So now I feel like I could hit somebody with it. I should try. I'd like to try.
Yeah, if you're worthy, sure. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're worthy. His wall's worthy.
Exactly, yeah, right.
Brian's in his new secret lab chair, newish, right?
Yes, very, very new. Put this thing together a week ago, and because my back, I had just a regular office chair, and I finally said, screw it. Let's spend the extra money that I don't have, and with the excuse that it's just going to be better in the long run for my back. So
right.
Yeah, I hear you on the. We just got back from Vegas, and first time in Vegas, I spent a little bit more.
Oh no,
than
that
I
was your
wanted
first
to.
time there. Oh, that's so cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
what'd you think?
Oh, it was a blast. Every day was something different. It was great.
Yeah. Yep. Brian likes the Vegas.
Though I wouldn't. Next time I won't. I don't think I'll stay a whole week, because a week's it was kind of getting old. I was like, okay, it's day 7, and we're stuck in the airport now.
Were you guys? Yeah, no kidding. Were you guys there for something like some event or something, or was it just hey, let's get away? Okay, what were you there for?
So we went to Reggae Rise Up. It's like a 3-day reggae festival out there, and the hotel was right next to the venue.
Yeah, we're
so
at the Four Queens, so it was right by it. Right.
Yeah, we were on Fremont.
Cool. Yeah, it's cool.
Nice.
And then that was a 3-day event, and then we just our one friend decided, like, let's stay up for a whole week. And I'm like, new guy, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And then after coming back, I'm like, I can't do a week in Vegas. That's way too much.
I love Vegas, and I can't even do a full week in Vegas. It used to be, we used to do this trade show thing where it was a newspaper sales conference, and so we had to be there for the 4 days of the show. And then because I was part of the staff, I had to be there for setup and teardown of the booth. And so that's already 6 days right there. And then again, one of my coworkers, hey, let's just have an extra day there that we're not working or not having to be at the booth or anything like that. I'm like, yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense, because I would like a day to not have to work, to enjoy Vegas. But it's like, oh no, I had plenty of Vegas after hours and before and during and stuff like that I really didn't need that.
Yeah. I was exhausted. I came back and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do anything for like a week.
like if flights were cheap enough and I could redo that trip, I'd actually fly out, do the setup, spend a day at the booth, go home, come back and break down and come back home. Like basically have a vacation at home in the middle of the trip to Vegas.
Right. And you actually have gone in and out the same day a couple of times, right?
I have. Yeah. I've done the same day. I've booked trips to other places where I just extended my layover in Vegas. That was back when you could put a suitcase in a locker at the airport. And so basically I just locked up all my stuff and went to Vegas for 12 hours and then came back and flew the rest of the way home.
Nice. Hey, awesome. Monkey Bananas, what's up? How you doing in the chat there?
Hey.
Yeah. I suppose though, probably get the actual show going here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, that would.
Sorry. Let's do it. Okay, and I'll just do the normal countdown. And here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome back to Disnerds Plus, where we talk about your favorite nerdy shows on Disney Plus. This is episode number 25 for the 7th episode of She-Hulk. It's been a couple weeks. Apologies for that. This episode is titled The Retreat for Wednesday, October 12th. It's not 12th, it's the 19th. I got that wrong.
Whoa.
19th, 2022. I'm Shane.
Hey, Shane, I'm Mike.
Oh, hey, Mike. What's happening?
I don't know. I just came back from a crazy vacation. It was nuts.
We had a whirlwind trip to Vegas. That's right.
Yeah.
Speaking of Vegas,
very little.
We've got a special guest. Special guest tonight who is no stranger to Vegas, Mr. Brian Ibbott.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
It's good to be here, guys. How you doing?
Good. For those that don't know, Brian is he's a podcast host, a very well-known podcast host in the community. He's on the morning stream, Coverville. I think Coverville, was that your first, actually? Your first show?
Coverville was my first. Yeah, 2000, my very first. 2004. And then I've been podcasting like a fool ever since. And you and I got to work together on America's Next Top Podcaster.
America's Next Top
a while
Podcaster.
Back.
Yes,
That's
it's
right.
been a bit since season 2.
Years.
Yeah. And the time just flies by. I don't even. It's like
I know.
So long ago, yet so. And then I guess we did do a one-off, an All Stars also. That was more recent.
Yes.
Thing, but yeah, well, it's great to have you here. I'm glad.
Good to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad we're getting to do something outside of those shows now. I think this is the first time I actually may have asked you to be on a show before, so I'm pretty excited about this.
It is, yeah, and I was happy to do it, especially knowing the subject matter. I'm a big Marvel fan, so this is going to be a pleasure for me as well.
Awesome. And sorry again about needing to do episode 7 here and not jumping to the end, jumping to the finale.
Gotcha. So I need to pretend I haven't seen 8 and 9, right? I need to be Gosh, I don't know what could possibly happen. What this means.
I mean, yeah.
Now you know how I feel every week. I have to dance around like I'm on a plank or something.
Yeah,
right.
I kind of purposely stay in the dark. Although I will say, for what I always say this, I say this every week. For whatever reason, it seems to me that Marvel fans love spoiling things, but Star Wars fans don't as much for some reason. Because I'll see every
interesting
Marvel spoiler for their shows, or movies probably online, but Star Wars fans aren't so much that way, for at least from what I've seen. But.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
That's interesting.
I'm gonna have to say no on that because while we were in Vegas, I got definitely got some Andor Easter eggs. I was so mad.
Oh no,
that's a bummer.
And some of it wasn't even like friends. It was just like those random Facebook ads. It's like, look what happened in this. I'm like, why is this on my Facebook feed right now?
Oh yeah. No, it's the YouTube video thumbnails where it's like, you won't believe, or what does this such and such mean in Andor? I'm like, well, okay, I know you're doing that, so it won't be a spoiler, but you're showing a picture of the thing that's a spoiler. And,
yeah. Love it. Do anything for bringing more people in, I guess.
Exactly.
Well, all right, I suppose let's move right on to previously on She-Hulk. On that episode, it's been a few weeks, but this is the one where we meet Lulu, her lovely friend from high school, who's getting married, who had the ridiculous package. Will you be my bridesmaid or what have you?
Glitter bomb.
Yeah.
If anyone ever sent me some of that much glitter, I would tear them a new one. I would not be happy about it.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out on that episode, like, has anyone ever done anything quite that extravagant? I'm like, yeah, probably. Like, this might actually be less than what someone's done before.
For sure. Yeah.
I mean, I've done it to a coworker I didn't really enjoy. So
it'll be the people who've this was a prank. I mean, it'll be the people who do the baby announcement or what do they call that? The reveal. Yeah, have a big reveal party. They'd be the people who do this sort of glitter bomb invitation.
Yeah,
for sure.
I can see that.
Well, she goes as She-Hulk initially, and then Lulu talks her into just coming as just Jen later on. And then antics ensue with she does meet Josh there, which we may or may not see this episode, which actually seems like the nicest guy she's had. Nicest guy she's maybe.
Oh, that's a spoiler.
Ooh. One of the nicer guys that she's come across as of late. We also had Titania showing up, which was, obviously that wasn't a coincidence. And then we had, Mallory and Nikki were on a separate case. You always got to have at least two different storylines going on, I guess. But
B-line storyline and A storyline. Yep.
Sure. Mm-hmm. The divorce case for a Mr. Immortal, who was actually immortal. There's a lot of things in this show. And I wasn't a big comic reader, but that was I wasn't. There's a lot of things in this show that are like a little bit more out there. I feel like from the typical MCU.
Marvel gets to pull from the not even the D list, but like the K and L list for characters for this show. Characters that made a one-off appearance in this issue, or we're a one-time enemy of Rom the Space Knight or something, and use them for characters in this show.
Right, which is fun. It is a fun show overall, I think. So they ended up defending him and his was it 7 past
8 wives. 8 wives
partnered, whoever he was married to. It was a lot
of people.
All of which he'd faked deaths for, since he's immortal and everything. But there was another thing in there that they at this wedding with Jen, they had a cash bar, and this was something we talked about, and this is actually something we'll get to a little bit later from one of our listeners and another podcaster who's been on the show as well. But we ended up having a fight, of course, broke out between Titania and Jen, because clearly Titania wasn't there just as a date for someone. And Titania ended up having to run off because she slipped on some ice or something. Was that what it was?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Broke her veneers.
That's right. She broke her veneers. And she stole a cake, I believe.
Yeah, she did.
And that's also where we got that website, Intelligentsia, which I guess that was in the comics, it sounds like. Is that accurate?
It was.
Yep.
But it's more of as a team and not a website. It was like a team of supervillains that just a team name like the Avengers.
Did they have kind of like their own co-ops where they like knew secrets of this hero and this hero, kind of like, and now they're just like making it the 21st century. So that's like, oh, it's a blog site. Here you go, like
exactly
like a 4chan site or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So then we also got to see as Jen and Josh were hitting it off more. There was a panned out to a lab of sorts with a monitor and a more a stronger potentially syringe that whomever that was in the lab coat was dealing with there. So
I think it's vibranium. That needle had to been vibranium.
This is where Brian's like,
think so.
Keeping my mouth shut.
No, because I can play this. So yeah, no, I think because there's no way it could be adamantium at this point.
Oh, right.
Not yet.
Right.
But
yeah.
I do. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with New Rock Stars, but I was watching them.
Mm-hmm.
One of their they had a YouTube video, and their theory is that this is stolen vibranium because they're going to bring in Black Panther 2, and it's all going to be about all these nations trying to steal the vibranium from Wakanda, and we're already starting to see some of it stolen. I'm like,
right,
that could be cool.
You kind of hinted at in the Wakanda Forever trailer that they're talking about how now that their ruler is gone, they're perceived as a weakened state, and so other nations can come in there. So yeah.
Yep. I'm very interested in that move when that comes out.
Oh, for sure.
Great.
Yeah, it should be good. It's exciting. Wait, when is that coming out?
In about 3 weeks.
Holy cow! Wow, sneaks up on you.
Gotta get tickets still.
Oh no!
I haven't got no. Well, we were at Vegas. I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, Mike's usually super on top of it.
Really good. Vegas screwed me up, man. 2 weeks too long.
All right, well, I suppose let's get down to this episode then. This one starts at Jen's home, where she's initially in the bathroom and she's getting all these texts from Josh, or back and forth a little bit. There's music. She's listen. I didn't recognize the song actually offhand. Brian's the music guy. I don't know if he.
Oh shoot! And I just watched this. And what was the song? I know that we get it. It's basically our pre-date montage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it sounded. It reminded me of something else. I forgot to put it down exactly, but there's music playing. She's excited. She's walking around the house, and it's doing that weird thing where it's got her in multiple shots or the same shot as it's panning throughout the house, which I thought was kind of a cool thing. But it's very excited about talking with Josh and everything, and they go on a first date. They quickly run through their first 3 dates, I should say. Initially, ends with a handshake, then looks like it's almost going to be a kiss. He's leaning in, and that doesn't happen. But she does, I think, come back out, and he's gone already. And then they go to a drive-in for the third one, and then she pulls him in, and that's when she wakes up next to no one again. And I should say again, because it's not exactly how the last time went, where it was
right.
Because the guy was still there. She was making breakfast, but
the muscle guy, the big guy,
right.
The muscle guy, yeah, wasn't he like a children's doctor?
Oh, he's all in the She-Hulk. Yeah, he was like just in the She-Hulk, and then when Jen was around, like no,
right,
not interested. Yeah,
this time no trace of the guy. So she sends one text to him. About how it was fun and she can't stop smiling, and doesn't hear back for a while. She second guesses, sending a second text. I can relate to this very much personally from the other end. Yeah, so just smart,
I would feel a little weird though too, honestly, if girl just sent me a text saying like after just seeing him, like saying like that was fun, I can't stop trying to be like, okay, chill.
See,
let's chill out.
This is where, having an old person on the show who never experienced the dating process with smartphones. Basically, we didn't have smartphones.
Let me tell you, it's not fun at all.
Yeah, we had cell phones, we had pagers and stuff, but no, nothing. The last time I dated, the most I had was a little flip phone or a portable cordless phone or something.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Nice.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's a great point actually. It how quickly things change. Like it's just the norm now.
Yeah.
Now you just have to be a good texter. If you say the wrong thing or
exactly
say it or mean it the wrong way, it's like
it's become a tool in dating.
Yeah.
That's been a problem ever since like the days of instant messenger, just like reading things like inflection in places where it's not and everything. So yeah, so then meanwhile at JLK&H, the law firm, of which Jen and Nikki work, of course. Nikki is talking about how she didn't know she was nominated. Jen was nominated for a female lawyer of the year, I guess, which makes a lot of sense. Not certainly one of a kind. And she's still waiting on the text from Josh. Hasn't heard back at this point. And yeah, so Nikki brings up how you want to coast through the first 12 hours after sleeping with someone. Which, yeah, I guess, sure. It makes sense. You don't want to get, I guess, too anxious about it, but it's kind of hard not to.
Clingy?
What was that? Clingy?
Said clingy?
Well, maybe, yeah. You just want to make sure everything.
Maybe this is why I'm still single.
Cool. Yeah. No. Yeah. So then like Nikki rattles off a bunch of different things that it could be, like different things he could be doing, and Jen hopes that he's doing all of those things. So then back home, Jen's home again. Which she in an apartment? I actually don't. No, she's in a house.
Yeah, that's an apartment.
It's an
apartment.
Mm-hmm. Okay. These are things like I don't think about these questions until we're like the middle of a show, of course, but so back at home, she's waiting some more, doing some yoga, watching. Was it the Muppet movie? Was that the Muppet movie?
Yeah, it was a Muppet movie. Yeah, it was one of the Muppet movies. I don't know which one, but
right.
What you do when you're waiting for a text, of course.
Yeah, watch a Muppet movie.
Then she's laying in bed. She gets a notification of some kind. We don't see what it is, but can tell it's not Josh because she ignores it. It could have been a text. It could have been anything. But then she gets a call from a Chuck. What's his name? Didn't actually get his last name, but it's Emil Blonsky's parole officer.
Oh, yeah.
He's talking about how his inhibitor went off. He's not even sure why. She's wondering if it's what do they call it when he hulks out? Abominates or whatever.
Abomination.
Yeah,
abominates.
Have they given it a name? Abominates.
Right. Which there's a little fun pun. There's a little fun pun later on in this episode with that. But so he wants Jen to go with him to his wackadoo ranch. That which was described in the last time, or one of the last times we saw him, that he was going to open one of these retreats. And so, because they don't have the funds, the resources or whatever to have like a full team to go with him. So he wants her to go with. So then...
He needs a Hulk.
Yeah.
That's what he said, right?
Oh, I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what he said in there. He's like, I need a Hulk.
So on her way to said ranch, she's driving to the summer Twilights, I think was the name, and listening to Mbop along the way. That one I recognized.
Yeah. Okay, good. You know you're Hanson.
Yep.
Yay.
Yep. And so she's getting there right as this Chuck is opening the gate to it. It's got a big Summer Twilights right over it, and she goes ahead and drives right through as he opens it. So then at the ranch or retreat or whatever you want to call this place,
Summer Twilights.
She just starts honking her horn for as and then Chuck's stopping her about that it could awaken this 10-foot tall lizard monster. And
I don't know. Is he a lizard monster? I don't know.
It's close enough. I mean, he's got the kind of the frilly lizard side things on his head. So sure.
Kind of wondering what kind of DNA he got in him besides Hulk blood.
Can we just talk about for a second? So Mike, you've kind of talked about this before, but so he looks different than the Edward Norton Hulk movie, like slightly different at this point, or is it?
Abominations.
Yeah.
I take it as he wasn't fully evolved yet into his form, because he looked he just definitely completely looks different from the movie.
That's a good theory, good explanation. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If I was in the mind of Kevin Feige, I would think that.
Right.
He just didn't evolve fully.
Right. Yeah, but we see him in Shang-Chi. He's how he looks in this show, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. He's the same.
Yeah, because
every appearance since, yeah.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie, the Incredible Hulk. Wait, I always get the name right. That's the name of that one.
Yeah, it's the Incredible
I can't
Hulk.
remember. Was the Eric Bana one was just Hulk or the Hulk?
Yep.
Yes, and then Norton was the Incredible Hulk.
So
of course, if you watch that movie and look at Hulk, he doesn't look as anything like what he does now. He looks completely different.
True.
Yeah, he's working on evolving as well.
Yeah,
I guess.
He got bigger. He definitely got bigger.
Yeah.
How did he get bigger? Okay, so did Abomination shrink down though? Like, is the size about the same? No,
I think
their size is
about the same.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say that
Close
Abomination's a little bit bigger than the Hulk.
Yeah, he was.
Also, to some extent, you could take creative liberties from overall that time. They certainly have done that with with Thanos, for instance. Anything that's CGI.
Size.
His purpleness got lighter and lighter.
Right, exactly.
And some of that is just like more advanced CGI over the years. Plus, they weren't going to spend a ton of time when it was just him and Stingers. They weren't going to put probably as much effort into it.
No, they hadn't fully decided. Yeah, on his final look, probably.
So this Chuck, he suggests that she Hulk out before actually going in there. Makes a lot of sense. They don't know what they're walking into at this point. They get there. He's fine. He's just Emil at that point. And they're asking about how it might have gone off, how it might have malfunctioned, I guess. And he recalls maybe it was the electric fence around his favorite chicken, Princess Silk Feather, that she got stuck, I guess. That
was hilarious when he said, I was like, okay, this Abomination chickens now. Cool.
It certainly does, it feels like Emil Blonsky is on the up and up, right? All the stuff that he promised when he was in jail, in shield container, cylinder container jail, is all feels like it's still on the up and up, right? Like he's, this is his retreat. He just wants to chill out with his 7 life mates, what are the soulmates, and his chickens.
Yeah, I think I kept thinking of that. It's hard not to compare that to Mr. Immortal. Actually, only that's simultaneous partners.
Right.
Surprising.
Exactly.
I didn't see them in this episode at all.
No.
That's a good point.
No
What did
mention
he
of
do
the
with them?
soulmates.
Maybe they were using him in this case.
Maybe.
Ran off.
Jeez.
Took him for all he was worth. I don't know. But so of course she's roaming around this place. She's still checking her phone and hasn't heard back. But doesn't take her long to realize that there's really no signal in this place. And she finds that out pretty quickly after a sudden fight breaks out between someone that basically is dressed as a superhero of sorts and a minotaur-looking man.
Right.
Which was like, okay, this is another one of those kind of out there types of things, but let's roll with it. And
what was his name? Agula?
I think
Aguilar.
I got
Aguilar, I think, yes.
Yeah, Aguilar.
Right?
Yes, for L Aguilar. Yeah.
So he's a self-proclaimed swashbuckler from Spain.
Right.
Nice. Well, it doesn't take Jen too long to just basically grab the minotaur-looking thing by the horn and throw him down. Meanwhile, they managed to do some pretty serious damage to her Prius Prime, which I didn't know that was a type of Prius, honestly.
No, I didn't either.
I was thinking it was like a like her nickname for the car, like it's Optimus Prime, Prius Prime.
That's awesome.
Because she treats it like now apologize to Prius Prime.
That's a Prius. That's a Transformer right there.
Right, exactly.
That would be awesome. No, not really.
It would be.
Be the coolest thing a Prius ever did, pretty much. But
hold on, I have to charge.
Autobots roll out. Oh shit. So then, one of them's. Oh, it was the Aguilar guy comments about how he's not a matador because that would be like too cliche with the man bull, which is actually the name, I guess, of the Minotaur.
Yep, that's the character name. Yeah.
So is that in the comics?
That's both Manbull and Aguilar from Marvel Comics. Again, tiny.
These are the one-offs.
Characters. Exactly.
Well,
I don't even know if they get a full page in the Marvel Encyclopedia.
I can tell you right now, I'm looking at it, not really.
They don't. Okay.
It's a very little page. It's that like She-Hulk has like a scroll, and this is just
yeah. Right.
Yeah, that's funny. However they can wedge him in, I guess, in here. I'll take him, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Maybe you never know. We might see more of this later in some MCU thing.
We might,
but
I doubt it. This, like I said, feels like this is where we can show a character that we have no plans to ever use again in any other MCU show.
Yep.
They're just fillers. All right, you can put some of these guys in. All right, perfect.
Perfect use for sure. So so the man ball. So I think I don't know if it was Emil comments starts talking to Manbull and then he says he asks about repairing the vehicle. He says I'm a Manbull, not mechanical bull, which is kind of funny.
Great. Yeah.
And so then they're walking around. Emil and Jen are walking around. She's checking. There's no service anywhere. And he suggests that she spend some time there. And then he also jokes that she got a text. He knows she's waiting for this text, so makes a joke of it. Aha, Emil, you're such a funny guy. How you've changed. But they also don't have Wi-Fi, it turns out. And, he also suggests maybe she could use some getting away from that. And, I mean, I might argue.
Couldn't we all?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I would say she's...
Shane,
yeah.
I have never seen you disconnect from your phone ever. Your phone is like attached to your your hip.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. You're not wrong to suggest
like
that.
I've even mentioned once before, like we should do one of those things where we all throw our phones into a basket and not touch it for a while. You're like, I'm not doing that ever.
Okay,
all right,
now
sorry, I'm never going to suggest that again.
I don't
Totally
recall
busted.
this, but I'd give it a shot sometime. I swear.
Oh, now I will.
All right, just back off a little. Right?
Heard it here. I heard him commit.
Yeah, I'd give it a shot once for sure. But
okay.
Needless to say, Jen is.
It's on record now, so.
Jen is in this particular moment very much attached to her phone, and she probably could actually use this. But so yeah, that I guess that's where she actually is walking around all over this. What is it called? Twilight Princess or whatever.
Summer Twilights.
Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess.
I'm combining the chicken and the
Were you,
Twilight part.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And the Zelda.
Were you watching My Little Pony before this?
That is a Zelda thing, right? Am I making that up?
Yes.
Okay.
Twilight Princess. Yep.
Gotcha. So she does after walking all around this place and not finding any service. She finally gets one bar in this group session, and she says "hell yeah" or something, and that's when she's got the circle of the most random, even more random characters now. But we still have Manbull and El Aguilar and
Aguilar, yeah.
a guy that thinks he's a vampire and a porcupine.
Saracen?
Yeah, that sounds right. And a porcupine man of sorts.
And porcupine.
Yeah, that's another one-off guy.
I can only assume.
But isn't I kind of like that Saracen? Like they're like, ooh, he's a vampire because they're kind of like starting to tease the Blade possibility. There's vampires in the MCU.
That. Yeah,
because he'll be a next year his movie comes out, so that would be neat.
That would be the likely place. Well, although this.
Well, you got Werewolf by Night's out now. That one's pretty neat too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Shane's like, wait, what?
No, I know Brian's talked about this.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool.
It is really, really good. You got to see it before Halloween. It's great.
Yeah,
it's
man, it's a Halloween
watching, man.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I got to catch up on. I always say this. So many things.
At least you're caught up on House of the Dragon. I'll give you that.
Yes, that one.
That's a good one to be caught up on.
Only one more of those to go, but I still got. I still got to finish up Stranger Things season 4. And
oh my gosh!
I still gotta watch Rings.
How
of Power.
are you not done with Stranger Things?
There's too many. Like, there's so much. I can't do it. Anyway, the there's a comment in there I happened to jot down about how was it the El Aguilar guy said he did some light matadoring in college. He makes that admission.
Yes, which is great.
That was hilarious. I
couldn't help but notice on the wall behind Emil was I said it wrong the first time, but it's Obama Stay.
Obama Stay, right?
Yes, which was great. And then we get our fourth wall, most noticeable, I think, fourth wall moment, where Jen looks at the camera, but that basically requests an additional previously on, which was pretty hilarious.
It's so great. Like, it's not just acknowledging that there are viewers watching, but actually knowing the construct of being in a television show and knowing that it begins with a previously on.
Yep.
And using that as a verb. Did they previously on this guy?
That's right.
I love that. Like, it actually becomes a verb.
That was awesome. So then in walks, this was great too because it was. I guess that was before she did the previously on when this guy walked in. Like, she knows that guy and then says, "You may not recognize him," which, I definitely didn't.
It was such a blip as one of those dates that she went on, but yeah.
Well, this one was the construction workers, right, that showed up at her house.
Yeah, it was one of the construction workers.
Mm-hmm.
There was 4 of them, the wrecking crew.
Wrecking crew, right.
Oh, right. That's right. It was one of the dates. It was the the wrecking crew.
Yeah, he just had his hair like in a ponytail this time instead of down, so that's why.
Right.
She could have just as soon gone on a date with one of these guys too, and I wouldn't recognize him still. But
that's true.
But yes, Wrecking Crew. I gotta remember that one. Wrecking Crew. Yeah. So he shows up. Seems okay at first. But of course, her initial reaction, because of, 4 dudes attacked her and tried to put a syringe in her, and understandable reaction. She hulks out and throws them across the room into some chairs. I think perfectly acceptable reaction.
100%, yes.
Yeah.
But Blonsky is tells her, you need to you should go sit in the calming chair, I guess, is a thing he has there. Before talking through some issues with what was this guy's name? I didn't actually get his name. Oh, surprise! I didn't get a name for one of the characters.
Oh, the guy
Wrecker.
From the Wrecking Crew. Yeah,
he's just known as Wrecker.
It's just Wrecker. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Is he the leader? Is that why he's?
Yeah, and I guess he's the leader. I mean, I think Wrecker in the comics, he's the leader of the Wrecking Crew. I think so. Can't remember.
Gotcha. So, yeah, so they do end up kind of hashing things out, sitting down. He's very apologetic. Seems apologetic anyway. So far, everything seems good here. It doesn't seem like he's up to too much. He's, regrets what he did and everything. And Blonsky, he makes a comment about how he thinks Jen's on her phone too much. And then they all kind of get out of her that she's seeing this Josh and start critiquing everything that she's done so far with her text, or one text about how she can't stop smiling and everything. And I think it's around that point that Emil has, was it El Aguilar or whatever? And
Aguilar and
one of the other guys switched seats.
Saracen, yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, because they're always he's like, you guys are always together, Manbull and Aguilar.
Right. And they are kind of treating them like they're a couple also. Like, it's just because they're...
Yes. I think at one point somebody does tell him to get a room or something along those lines, yeah.
Yeah. So, then they also kind of get out of Jen. She kind of has this touching moment about how, having a cooler friend in high school, and that's kind of like what She-Hulk is, but it's not. It kind of feels like cheating to her that she even has this ability, and she doesn't want that sort of advantage necessarily.
There's like kind of a jealousy there that that everybody wants She-Hulk, but nobody cares about her, right? They all, with the exception of Lulu, who just wanted to be just Jen. The law firm wants her to always be She-Hulk, and the dude that she dated and went to bed with wanted her to be She-Hulk and didn't care about Jen. So
right.
Yeah.
Yep. So then they all, pretty much everyone but Blonsky at this point, suddenly wants to kill Josh. Yeah. I'm going to say this wrong every time, but El Aguilar.
Right.
Fires up his electric sword or whatever they call it. And they're all talking about different ways of getting him, which is hilarious because right before this, everyone was very much calm and like wanting
right
the whole kumbaya sort of attitude. And all of a sudden it's off with his head pretty much. But so then Emil suggests, can you all relate with Jen on this? And then they try counseling her, and they eventually they basically ask, can we get your trust? And so she does. She actually feels like she can let go of the Hulk thing, and so she. What is the actual? I keep putting de-Hulk, but is there if you Hulk out, do you Hulk in? Or
yeah, I don't know. I guess that's really good
that
point,
would work.
Right? Yeah, Hulk in, Hulk in, Hulk out. Can't explain that with science.
So they get her to loosen up a little bit, and she goes back to again just Jen, and they all applaud. And I'm thinking like, oh boy, this is right where they're gonna get her with the needle here or something, the syringe or whatever.
Right.
That doesn't happen. We get
No.
even more. We get Porcupine taking off his mask and immediate gasping with yeah. Well, they're commenting on his smell, I think.
Blonsky's like, we'll take it off.
His face is, and he's been in that costume for so long that it's horrendous smelling inside.
Yeah.
Well, Blonsky's even like, don't take it off until we take it to dry cleaner.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was good. So then they're they get her to delete Josh from her contacts, which even I thought was like, wow, that seems a little fast. Like I don't know.
It does.
You could block it first just in case or something, but
See, this is where old man doesn't understand dating. I'm like, oh, really? That quickly just to delete the number? All right, okay.
Right. Yeah. So they get her to yurt. I guess I'm not.
Yeah.
It's like a hut.
Oh yeah, it's a yurt. It's like a kind of a sweat lodge thing. Eastern culture, Eastern wisdom practice of going in there and meditating.
Sure. Yeah, I got the impression it was like a sauna of some kind. They don't really show. She just kind of like
pretty much, yeah,
emerges from it, and I think there's some steam.
Right. She says she's hurting for a yurtin.
Oh, that's right. There you go. Thank you for getting that line. But,
yes.
Yeah, Herschel in the chat, he posted the Mike command about, as everyone knows, for now and for always, Mike is absolutely right. It's the command for that. But so they see her emerge, and she gives the thumbs up, so they're all excited. She's, I don't know, found herself or whatever here at the at the fabulous Twilight name I'll always forget.
Summer Twilight.
Twilight Princess.
Yeah, exactly.
Twilight Princess. There you go.
So they made her a card though before they leave. That was nice, even though it was. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the thought that counts, right?
That's right. Exactly.
And then she gets in the flatbed, the truck with the driver, and off they go.
Yeah, and it's Slot. The Slot's towing, and Dan Slott was the writer of the original She-Hulk comic book.
Oh, nice.
Oh, really?
And so that's a nice little homage to Dan Slott.
Oh, that's nice. Awesome. I didn't even notice that.
There you go. This is something a comic reader would absolutely pick up. Well, I don't know. Brian, I don't know. You've probably read more comics than all of us. I'm guessing. I don't want to make any assumptions, but definitely more than me.
A lot of comic books. Yes, absolutely. I guess not the original She-Hulk. He was a very pivotal creator for her. Pivotal series run of the series.
Nice. Similar to the GLK and H, I think Mike pointed out on a previous episode.
Oh yeah, GLK is all like the Stanley, Kirby. Like the original Kirby, last names, right, Kirby, and then the guy that started brought Marvel Comics, or basically financed it, I guess.
That's the G part, I guess.
Okay.
His name.
And then the K is just or I'm sorry, the H is just Holloway, I guess, is kind of what they were doing.
Okay, that would make sense. Huh.
Yeah. So then we get
it says Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, and Steve Ditko.
Oh, Steve Ditko, yeah.
Sure, yep. But Steve Ditko's a D.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
It wasn't. I heard it on. It was something Kevin Feige said, because it was like
gotcha.
Those
the
first
G
three
does
are
represent somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, he says it's part of the Kirby, Lee, and then the other founder of Marvel. I can't remember who that is, but. If it is Ditko or not. If it is, it's unless they change his name or something.
Right.
It's Jeeves Ditko. I don't know.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So after that, we get the 3 days earlier, and rewinds all the way back to the beginning, and Josh is getting out of Jen's bed, and we immediately see, and I know this isn't something you can do on an iPhone, I don't think, but copying data just by having one phone on top of the other, transferring data.
Yeah, no, that's definitely some third-party app secret stuff going on. Yeah.
Well, at least with them connected. I guess AirDrop
violating Apple's terms of service.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Definitely. So transferring something, we're not entirely sure initially what's being transferred. But then for whatever reason, he takes a picture of her as she's lying there in bed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. Sends that along with the 3 emojis to whomever with a syringe, a vial of something green, different emojis.
Oh, you didn't see the name on that he sent it to?
Did you see the name? I didn't catch the name.
It is Hulk King.
It is the Hulk King, yes.
Hulk King, okay. Well, that's interesting.
The most frequent poster on Intelligentsia, or at least a prominent poster on Intelligentsia.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, and also the thumbs up emoji. You had to send all 3 of those to get the message across.
You got it.
Exactly.
But yeah, that was so we haven't had a stinger in a while, including this episode. Just kind of the standard drawn credits there. But
yeah, we do. And one of the sketches is El Aguilar with showing his matadoring in college.
Oh, really?
Or in high school, yeah, exactly.
That's funny. Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch that part.
Yeah, those always, there's like 2 or 3 on each end that are the same, the ones they always use, but then there's a few in the middle that always reference something, some offhand joke in the show.
Right, I was wondering that. That's funny. Awesome. Okay, well, the next part of the show, we are going to is the rating portion, and I have to start it every time with this. And I know I this is where I question myself if I'm using the wrong drum roll there. I'm sure it should be a timpani or something, but that's the one I haven't changed it from the beginning, so we're just using a standard issue snare. But Brian, what if you had to give this episode a rating out of 5 stars, what would you give this one?
Out of 5 stars, I would give it how granular? Like, can I go 3.75? Is that
yeah?
Because I don't feel like it's a full 4-star episode. I love the Easter eggs of having a few garbage Marvel characters that they can throw in there, but all in all, the retreat is kind of a silly locale, but it does give us some story progression. So there's that.
That's fair.
Yep.
Mike, what do you think?
I'm gonna give it a 4, just because it was it's definitely better than last episode, because I did not like the last episode really.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
and it had more comedy in it, which I liked. So it just there's just things going on. It was just kept me entertained and in focus with it. So and a little bit more story progression.
I honestly was thinking the exact same thing, so I'm gonna give it a 4 as well. So that averages right around just under 4. So not bad. I mean, honestly, like
deserved. Yeah,
I thought it was a
good.
It was. Yeah, it was a. I thought it was pretty funny over anything. Like.
Oh yeah.
Which.
I was a little harsh on the last 2 episodes, so I was like, I just did not. I was like, I can't get in with these 2. This is just not. Nope.
Yeah, I did.
But this one got better.
I did like the last one, and actually, we do have an email here, which might side a little closer to me on this one. But we heard from our good friend Ty Nisley again, who has guested on the show before. He's wrote in a couple times. He's a great dude. He's of the Ty Nisley podcast. He's doing like all the shows out there, which I don't have the patience for, but bless him for doing all those, like every show, every nerdy thing you can come across. But he has this to say. What's up, guys? Just about wrapped up your, it says Seahawk episode.
I'm hoping that's just a typo and it's not dictation like he dictated this.
I went back to the email to double check, and it did autocorrect in the email itself. So yeah.
Previously on Seahawk.
It's not about the sports ball team either, I don't think.
No.
Episode 6 podcast. I have a few things to say. I legitimately was not even 3 minutes into the podcast, and you guys already have me laughing. It's great. Mike seems like he was in a better mood, if that's not rude to say. LOL. Huh. Being able to relate.
See, it was that episode. It made me in a bad mood because it's such a crappy episode.
Being able to relate with this episode after listening to your guys' comments on the wedding topic made me laugh and feel feeling better spirits as well. I absolutely love it when you can relate with the podcasters that I'm listening to. The open bar concept was definitely something that me and my wife thought about, but we couldn't really think about spending that much money on it, and I would have to agree with the idea of younger people getting married, having some sort of cutoff, which is kind of what I had brought up the point. Like, felt like this, like, it felt a little bit like tone deaf to me, you know, like I feel like plenty of people don't have open bars, but anyway, neither here nor there. Me and the wife had a 2-drink maximum per person, but you could use the excuse of it's for the groom or it's for the bride quote. We bought 5 cases of beer and 3 to 4 cases of wine for the whole event, and we walked away with about 2.5 cases of beer. They went to the brother-in-law/friend, and the rest of the wine bottles went to the women and the families. I like this episode a lot more, and I think it's my favorite episode so far in the series, which is hilarious to me. Based on how Mike feels about it, but
just like weddings, I guess.
I just got done watching episode 7 and still like this episode more. Thanks for doing a really good job, and keep up the good work. Thanks from your podcasting friend Ty Nisley of the Ty Nisley podcast. Well, thank you so much once again, Ty, for writing in.
Thanks, Ty.
You're awesome. Appreciate everything you do, and hope to have you on again at some point. But yeah, you know, it's kind of my thinking there with the
open bar.
I mean, I get it. I like having an open bar.
Yeah. In the 90s, early 90s, I was a wedding DJ for a short time, couple of years, and I'd frequently be doing weddings where there was an open bar, and almost invariably, I mean, I would say more times than not, a fight would break out between, drunk members of the wedding party or a guest or something.
Wow.
And and I always had to kind of protect the the DJ unit from getting, somebody pushed into it or something.
Jeez.
Not someone that is a super villain and a Hulk.
No, not right, exactly. Nothing quite that bad, but still, that thing is precariously balanced on a couple of crates, so you gotta make sure it's nice and stable.
Right. Okay, well, I suppose that's about it for this episode. Thanks so much, Brian, for being on this one.
Thank you.
This is a lot of fun.
My pleasure.
I'm really glad we were able to do this. Why don't you tell people where they can find you?
Will do. You can find me on all the socials as Coverville, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. You can find the website, coverville.com. It's where I do the music show. It's a weekly show about cover songs featuring independent musicians who have very unusual and different takes on songs. This week, focusing on an artist a lot of people probably don't know by name, a guy named Carl Wallinger, but he was part of a couple big bands of the 80s and 90s, the Waterboys and World Party. He basically was this band World Party. And if that name doesn't ring a bell, you've heard the songs "Is It Like Today" and "Put the Message in the Box." Those were big hits in the 90s. So anyway, focusing on him for tomorrow's episode of Coverville. Of course, you can always find me at the Morning Stream and Film Sack and Soundography, just to name a few.
Yeah, that's awesome. Busy guy, busy guy. Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I am a busy guy. Yes.
Good stuff. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on and do this.
Thank you.
Yes,
and
thank
for
you.
apologies again for it being as late as it is.
Oh,
But,
no, that's all right. That's all right. It gets me away from the wife for a little while.
Oh, she's awesome. So, yeah, thank you, Mike, as well.
Thanks.
As always, if you'd like to reach us, disnerdsplus@gmail.com is the email to do that. Disnerdsplus.com is our very lackluster website. I still have to update that. But we are still recording most Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Central Time, or 7 p.m. Mountain, as I kept trying to tell Brian. I want to keep, because that's the only time zone that matters, I know.
So totally true. Yep. Now you know. And now you know.
Yeah, exactly. Twitch.tv/ShaveMadOx. That ridiculous name is where you can find us doing that. Again, it's at Coverville for Brian. Mike is at Cool as a Cucumber. And I am at ShaveMadOx. Until next time, take care. Okay. And that's the show.
I was wondering, this is like a thing you do with guests to like see how long they wait before they say, are we good? We done?
Sorry about that.
No, it's funny. I think it'd be a hilarious like prank to play on your next guest is just see how long you can go before they finally say, all right, well, thanks, guys. I'm gonna go. Is it good? Are we good?
I never saw that Incredible Hulk movie, but it reminds me of that where he's like slowly walking away with the piano music or something. Wasn't that?
Oh, the old TV show. Yeah,
they did it in a Family Guy episode. So
they did.
Imagine it like that.
Family Guy definitely pays homage to that in an episode.
Yeah, good time.
Now you got to watch the last two of She-Hulk.
That's right. Yeah. So you're being so disciplined. I'm so impressed with you, Shane. Like how you're able to not immediately just say, "Oh, screw it. I'm going to go watch those episodes and get fully caught up."
I thought about it. I
good
did.
For you. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Maybe foolish is more the term.
Yeah. I couldn't do it. I'm foolish or not. There's no way I could do it. So I'm going to say it's
I couldn't either.
Only because I couldn't. Yeah.
My anxiety like gets me sometimes like, oh Shane, I can't say this. Damn. Like I think there's going to be a time where I'm going to spoil something. I know I'm just be like, I just said that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's okay if it happens. It's fine. We all get spoiled at one point or another, but
right.
Yeah. Andor got spoiled a little bit, but
Aww.
Yeah.
But it's still good. Still good
for sure.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, guys. I'm going to go watch the last two episodes of, what the heck is it called? It's called Midnight Club on Netflix.
Okay.
The new Flanagan horror thing.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, you enjoy
I think
it.
I'm going to watch the last episode of Ring of Power.
Oh, that's true. And there's a new Andor from last night that we haven't watched yet. Well, that's probably what we're watching. Yeah.
So much. All right.
There is.
I know.
It's all great.
It's all great right now. It's an embarrassment of riches, sadly.
It's true.
It's the nerd season right now.
It is. Peak nerd season.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All
well,
right. Thanks again, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
And let me know when it's posted, and I'll share and retweet and all that stuff.
Sounds great. All right. Cool. You have a great night.
All right.
You too,
guys.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Later.
Bye, Mike. Here's my weird dance again. Thanks Herschel for watching. Monkey Bananas. And yeah, thanks again to Brian and Mike and anyone else that may have joined. Appreciate y'all. Have a great night. Bye.